Good afternoon, or evening, or morning, whichever one you prefer. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start off with the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands signifies determination, resilience, and perseverance in the face of challenges. So, overcoming significant obstacles, and now is being asked to make a final push towards their goals. The need to protect oneself and goals by creating clear boundaries. The final stage of a journey or project, summoning your strength for the last push, kind of like giving birth. Highlights the importance of being alert and watchful. So be aware, this is like the final, that little quarter mile of a race that you got to run, and it's like the last lap, and you just got to give it everything you've got for this next part. Next, we have the Four of Cups. A state of introspection, potential stagnation, and a feeling of being disconnected or unfulfilled. Maybe overlooking opportunities or gifts due to a lack of motivation or engagement with the present moment. Feeling stuck or uninspired. Overlooked opportunities due to lack of engagement with the world around them. Sense of being detached or distant from others, not being engaged with relatives. Wow, I am really having some Freudian slips here, so that really must mean something, being attacked by relatives. So that's something to take into heart. So what I was saying was sense of being detached or distant from others, not being engaged with relationships, but take what you can from that one. Self-discovery and renewal. Take time for reflection and self-care. Now we move on to the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is authority, structure, and leadership. Discipline, control, and a strong, grounded approach to life. The need for organization. Clear boundaries create a plan and take charge of your life. Leadership role and take responsibility for your actions. Strong, grounded, and disciplined approach to life. Hard work and self-control. And then we're going to move on to the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is union, partnership, and harmony both in romantic and platonic relationships. Strong bond, whether between individuals, groups, ideas, or talents. So, nurture relationships and find pleasure in them. The joining of two entities, whether in love, friendship, or business. Could be one, could be two, could be all three. Who knows? Finding the balance between individual needs and the needs of others. Both parties benefit and feel supported. Importance of forgiveness and finding a truce. The start of a new romantic or business relationship. Maybe both, maybe just one. The need for emotional connection and bonding with another. So, realize that these things are all coming in, things to keep in mind and things to let go of. Now we come to the Eight of Cups. Signifies moving on, whether it's a physical change, an emotional shift, or a spiritual journey, or self-discovery. Leaving behind something that no longer serves you and seeking a new path, often involving letting go of attachments and old patterns. So, it's a quest for a deeper meaning or spiritual connection, exploring your inner truths. Encourages introspection and willingness to look within for a sense of direction. Let go of old patterns, beliefs, or emotional baggage that no longer serves you. A willingness to embrace change and embark on a new path, even if it means leaving behind the familiar. It's also love and relationships, moving on from one that no longer serves you. If it's a career, leaving a job or industry to start a new path. And if it's spiritual, a quest for a deeper meaning. And then we got strength. Inner courage, strength of character, and the ability to overcome obstacles with patience and compassion. The control and self-discipline needed to harness one's inner strength. Inner reserves of courage and willpower to face challenges, the ability to endure difficult times and persist through adversity. Also, the importance of compassion, empathy, and forgiveness in overcoming those obstacles. The need for self-control and discipline in both physical and emotional realms. It signifies the successful resolution of a major life problem or challenge. Reclaiming one's power and inner strength after a difficult period. Loving and understanding others, even when they're frustrating, is it's a source of strength. So when you realize something from another person and you just understand that it's time to let that go, so that strength is letting it go and not allowing it to bother you anymore, being frustrating and everything. Taking proactive steps to improve one's physical and mental health. So we got a lot of work that we're doing internally, right? A lot of work that we're doing internally. Now, the King of Swords. Mastery over the mind, intellect, and mental clarity, logic, reason, and a strong sense of truth and justice. He encourages clarity of thought, analytical skills, and the ability to communicate efficiently. Probably both. He has a strong sense of truth and justice, always seeking fair and impartial decisions. A master of reason and logic, capable of analyzing complex situations and finding clear solutions. A skilled communicator, able to express his thoughts and ideas clearly and persuasively. Strong grip on his thoughts and emotions, allowing him to act with clarity and decisiveness. A natural leader, inspiring others to think clearly and make sound judgments. So it's so interesting to see the transformation that is happening to get to here to the King of Swords. Now we're going to go to the Page of Pentacles. So at Page of Pentacles, new opportunities for material prosperity, learning, and practicality. So they all kind of come together. Taking advantage of opportunities that promise enrichment, comfort, and the realization of dreams. New doors are opening, offering changes for material wealth, security, and solid achievements. It's encouraging a curious and eager mindset, highlighting the importance of acquiring new skills and knowledge, which is super vital in this whole process. Being practical and grounded in one's approach to life, especially when it comes to finances and material matters. So it's not going out and spending your money frivolously. It's about, understanding that it's good to have things, but it's also good to have money in the bank as well. It's treating your money like you would yourself. Enjoying the physical world and the pleasures of life. An individual with a youthful outlook, eager to learn and grow. Need for grounding, stability, and a strong foundation in one's life. Aligning choices and decisions with one's values and integrity. So being in alignment as well. Now, we've got the Two of Wands. So, symbolizes planning, foresight, and the potential for new ventures. A moment of contemplation and decision making where one is considering options and looking toward the future. Individual courage and greatness, suggesting a willingness to take calculated risks for personal growth and success. So it's taking chances, but they're calculated chances. They're not, sporadic ones. They're well thought out. Encourages careful consideration of plans and a willingness to take the first steps towards achieving goals. New direction in life, a change of career, or a new partnership. Making a decision, either stay in the present or to embrace new possibilities. Importance of thinking ahead and having a clear vision for the future. Overcoming of fear and hesitation. Step outside of one's comfort zone. Always step outside your comfort zone. That's how we grow. highlights the person's courage and potential for greatness. They have the strength to pursue their dreams. And then we move on to the Eight of Pentacles. Now, this one is dedication, skill, development, and the process of learning and mastering a craft. The importance of consistent effort, meticulous attention to detail, and the potential for rewarding outcomes through hard work and expertise. Focused attention to achieving goals. So being focused, being locked in. Learning new skills, learning new skills and refining existing ones, or improving in certain areas. So it's fine-tuning while learning new. Becoming proficient in a trade, art, or craft with the potential for recognition and reward. Also, it is paying close attention to detail and taking the time to do things right. Steady progress, career advancement, and financial stability. Do you see how so far we have Wands, Cups, Swords, Cups, and then we have Strength, or well, not Swords, but the Emperor. He has the King of Swords. That's the one that I was talking about. So we've got Strength, we've got King of Swords, and we got Pentacles. So it's working through these things to get to the Pentacles, and then building up our Pentacles. And then we move on to the Six of Swords, moving on from a difficult situation and entering a period of calm and transition, a physical and emotional journey, moving from something unpleasant towards something better, moving from one phase to another, like a physical move, relationship shift, or emotional transformation. It's a move in energy, a move physically. It could be anything. Moving from one phase to another. Okay, a literal and figurative journey to a new destination. Overcoming obstacles and finding a way to move forward. Healing from past traumas or emotional wounds to a positive and peaceful state. So it could be any of those. It could be an internal move or an external move, depending on who you are. And then the Four of Pentacles. A need for security and stability, a focus on material wealth and potentiality, a desire to hold on to what one has. It can also suggest a need to be more generous or to let go of something that is holding you back. So, security in one's resources and strong financial foundation, successfully accumulating a considerable amount of material wealth, a need to save and invest in the future, long-term financial stability, desire to control one's possessions and resources, and reminder to prioritize self-care and set boundaries. So, realize that we're going through a lot of internal work. So, we're dealing with emotions, and we're dealing with another emotions, and then our words, and then the financial stability, like getting financially setting ourselves up to be in the Four of Pentacles, to be to the point of where we can start investing long-term financially and, having more solid foundation. So it's a lot of internal work that we're going through, and boundaries are key. Taking chances that are calculated and speaking your truth and having strength and, being organized and paying attention to detail, learning new things and fine-tuning things. There's a lot that's going on to get us to this point. But we're in the home stretch, remember? We're in that last little bit where we gotta just kind of like do the fine-tuning, and it might just be an internal fine-tuning that we're doing to be able to get us to this point. So realize that this is all possible. It's all going to work out. Okay? So now we're going to get to the shadow work that we need to work on. Okay? So the shadow side that we need to focus on is the hummingbird. That's the first one. Stand strong and move swiftly. So life has its turns, and I love that it does we got 2 sets of hummingbirds, just so you know. So that's very predominant right now. Life has its turns. It has ups and downs and loops, but stay strong. We are all sensitive to the energies around us, but don't be quick to react. This is about the part where it's talking about when you get triggered, don't automatically react. You know, it's learning how to deal with whatever that trigger was, and, you know, you respond rather than to react. And so it's learning to have a different reaction to it. So responding is not speaking through anger and stuff like that. Responding is speaking with little emotion. It's a sense of detachment in a way. So respond rather than to react. Have a positive outlook on your journey, and so that you aren't weighed down by emotions. Emotions can weigh us down and lift us up. So positive ones lift us up, negative ones weigh us down. If you do react, that is something to remember. If you do react, apologize, for your reaction. They may have done something to elicit that reaction, but also know that how you reacted is on you. It is your energy. You're the one that's reacting. So apologizing for that reaction, but not for how they responded, not for what they said. Don't take that on. If you apologize for your reaction and speak clearly and, strong about what you were feeling, then you've done your part. You don't have to feel like you are in regret or any shame or guilt for how you acted. That's the negative emotions that will weigh on you if you don't do something for how you acted. So, like I said, stand strong and move swiftly. Here are some questions to ask, okay? How do you feel about what is happening or what has happened? Your feelings and we talked about a lot of cups up here. We talked about emotions, so you gotta be in tune with your emotions, okay? Being really in tune with how you're feeling. How will letting go lighten the burden you are feeling? Okay? Can you just let it go and be like, I'm done. I don't need to argue with this. I don't need to try and control this. I'm good. I'm not going to rethink about this 20 times in the day about how I could have done it differently. How can we use our emotions to fly rather than letting them control us? So that's a big one. And how can you take those emotions and instead of letting it control and, push you down and rethink and regret and shame and guilt, how can you use it to make you fly? How can you shift your perspective of this opportunity, of this event, to a positive thing? Once we really understand our emotions, we are able to respond quickly to situations and stay strong. We usually are the obstacles in our own way. I love that one right there because it's usually me that is the one stopping myself in some way, sort of form. Then we're going to move on to the GOAT. The GOAT is believe in yourself. Okay? The shadow aspect is when we don't believe in ourselves, when we have doubts. So, a symbol of new endeavors telling us it is time for new goals and to reach for the moon. Have faith we will land on our feet. It's time to plot a course and take action. Many times we don't act because we are afraid of failure. She is asking us to have abundance of faith in yourself, and your goals will follow. Work on our self-esteem issues. Where do they really come from? Is it low due to other people in our lives? She is asking us to let go of things that may have been said to us because that is their opinion, and our opinion is the only one that matters. Have courage to take the treacherous path. So, do the hard things. Go the distance. Completely and utterly believe in yourself and know that you will not fail. Now we're going to move on to the whale. So trust the great mystery. Having trust in the universe, in God, and in yourself. She is holding the book of life decorated with a single gold moon. This moon is the light and wonder of life. She wants us to be spiritually aware and accept what our hearts tell us. She asks us to use our senses and intuition without understanding why. Encourages us to ask why, but warns us we may not always understand or get the answer right away. She is surrounded by a big open sea, which reminds us that there is always more beyond what we know about life and death. She advises whatever has left your life, let it pass as it went for a reason. She wants us to let go of our worries and know the universe will guide us. What are you holding on to? What are you still carrying with you that doesn't need to be carried anymore? Now we're going to go on to soulmating. Okay. I love this one. It's so beautiful. Embrace your soul to reveal a partner. So it really sounds like a partner is coming in, and it could be for any kind of thing. It could be for romance. It could be a business. It could be a friendship. Who knows? Only you will know personally. But it sounds like you are preparing for that partnership. Okay? So you need to embrace your soul to reveal that partner. You need to be in touch with who you are to the soul level. Okay. A new encounter or a deepening of an already existing union will profoundly change the way you perceive unconditional love. Chemistry between two people does not mean they are life partners. You have entered each other's lives to awaken, expand, and open your hearts so wide that they may never close again. It may last for a moment, a season, or a lifetime. Time is not important. Even a moment can open you to euphoria. The purpose of a soul relationship is to mirror your love and light and melt away any hard edges or walls you have built. Whatever is mirrored will intensify. Love and peace will feel bigger, but so will fear or pain. This reveals any wounds that hold us away from love, so we can heal them as we embrace more of the love we already recognize. A couple of tips on this one is don't talk about old relationships. Focus on what you want now. Fall in love with yourself. Treat yourself as your beloved. Nourish your heart with tenderness. Care for yourself as if you are the most important person in the world, and know how lovable you are. When meditating, place a rose quartz near or on your heart near or on your heart to help you feel unconditional love for yourself and others. I actually have been wearing my rose quartz to work every day, and it hangs just about to my heart level. So that's something that you can do as well. Now we're going to move on to color. Ooh, so pretty. Vibrational impulses and light waves. So notice how we have two hearts, which is, so much associated with the cups as well. So a lot of love. And notice how colorful and decorative this heart is. And I love how there's a heart inside of a heart. So it's so pretty. Your perception of life is becoming more colorful, opening to different colors and experiences. Color breaks up old, black and white thinking and opens your heart to the beauty of life and love. The colors of the rainbow are variations of white light reflecting the diverse experiences of life, and they are valid. Each color of the spectrum has its own energetic vibration that stimulates healing in certain responses. Very much like color therapy. Different colors mirror your current physical, emotional, and spiritual state. Your soul uses this mirror to communicate your need to heal or to embrace balance. Get to know what colors you are attracted to and the ones that repel you. You are love and you are love and you are loved, no matter how colorful your or another's life is. So things to keep in mind for that one is imagine breathing a color for at least 1 minute. Okay? Here's the thing to try. Red is for action, orange for creation, yellow for confidence, green for healing, blue for self-expression, purple for intuition, pink for love, white for hope, and black for regeneration. And wearing a different color every day for 5 days and record how each color makes you feel. These are great things to try. And for the breathing one, imagine those colors and, really think of like you're breathing that in and it's absorbing into all parts of your body. And then you are breathing out the negativity or whatever you need to let leave your body. Also wearing these colors, it's color therapy. It's a really beautiful thing to try. Something that I've always been doing in my healing as well. I use color therapy. Whenever I need to feel a certain way, I wear more of a certain color. Especially whenever I was doing a lot of my healing, black was a big one that I went to as well. But yes, it's really fun to see how different colors make you feel. Pink is one of my all-time favorite colors to wear, no matter what. I just love pink because, it's my higher heart chakra. And white is a pure one. It's a very cleansing color to wear as well. So now some messages from the universe has your back. Obstacles are detours in the right direction. Know that sometimes you're going to have things like end up in your way that are just helping you get guided to the other path or whatever you need to be doing instead. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So focusing on that faith will definitely help you feel less fear and free yourself. And that's faith in yourself and in God, the universe, whatever you want to say. It's having faith in both, which if you really get down to it, it's all one. Because if you are the creator, because you are the creator, you are God, you have that God-like energy in you, and having faith in God and in yourself, then you become less fearless, then you become more fearless and more free. And then the last message. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. So, being honest with yourself and what you want and trusting that what you focus on, again, that faith and whatever you are working on will grow. A lot of faith in this, working through a lot of things. It's going to be beautiful. This is going to be absolutely beautiful. I wish you the best, and drop a comment, like, share, subscribe, whatever you choose. I'm not going to force you to do anything. I would appreciate it all. And go ahead and let me know in the comments anything that has actually happened with this reading. I would love to hear what you guys experience with this reading. I love you all. Amen.